Welcome back, everybody. Back with a video. Today we're going to be updating our Brave Battle tier list. Now, I did clean it up a bit. I knocked out a lot of characters that I felt like you're definitely not going to be using. They were just there for clutter space. I did knock them out. It was basically a lot of range units and a lot of melee NAD units that didn't have any type of DR. Now, there is a couple in here such as Masaki and Slurry Fun, but we'll talk about it whenever we get there, right? So, there's going to be 4 characters here that we have to be talking about. SE Ulquiorra, Retsu thanks to our resurrection, the new Isshin, and then the Sajin. It's been a while since we've updated our Brave Battle tier list, so we have 4 characters to really talk about. So, now let's start with SE Ulquiorra. He's a ranged NAD unit. Now, again, like I just said in the beginning of the video, I don't really think ranged NAD are that important when it comes to Brave Battles, but this Ulquiorra does come with a debuff on his SA2, which is just like Askin, right? So when you fight an Askin, he's very, very annoying. If he goes after you use a boost, he nullifies your entire boost, and you're going to be fighting against a team that has a boost while you do not have a boost. It's really not fun at all, and you're more than likely going to lose, right? So Ulquiorra has that debuff. Not only does he have that, he is immune to paralyze, which guess what? That's very, very annoying right now currently. And then guess what? He has a Captain Killer. This man he's literally made for Captain Guild Quest, but he's also very, very good when it comes to arena and Brave Battles. Having that debuff SA2 and the barrier not so much just because most units nowadays, most people run Pierce Barrier, but he still has a lot of value in my opinion that does warrant him to actually be put on a Brave Battle tier list. Now I am going to be putting him in top of B tier, maybe even bottom of A. You know what? I think I'll put him. Actually, I think he deserves a little bit higher because Findor is great versus just captains because he has slow and everything. Momo is good versus basically Kuryoshige. Aizen, good versus against B-Chan. You know what? I actually think this Ulquiorra, you could make a debate that he's probably the best ranged NAD unit in terms of Brave Battles, in my opinion, when it comes to like a ranged NAD unit, right? Because you do see Gin, Masaki, Toki down there in the B rank, Findor, Momo up here, and Aizen up here in A rank. I do think he's the best one. That debuff really, really helps out tremendously, especially when it comes to Brave Battles, because it's all about boost. Basically, who has a boost, right? So I do think he belongs in A tier. I don't know why I was gonna put him in B tier when I see Momo and Findor up there. It's been quite a while since I've updated it, but yeah, I do think he is one of the best ones of the ones we currently do have. Now you're gonna ask why Aizen is this low. Again, like I did talk about, he's mainly there to counter this Chad. Momo's here basically counter Kuryoshige, and then Findor is just here to be annoying. He has barely any DPS, but he has slow and everything. He has 20% DR. It's a really annoying Findor. I've seen a lot of Findors. I do think he is annoying, and it does warrant him to be better than Aizen and Momo, in my opinion, just because Aizen and Momo do not have any DR at all. And you kind of want that. Now, Retsu, her resurrection did give her Pierce Brave Battle Invincibility, which in my opinion really, really helps her out a lot. And she also did pick up a 16% NAD, which again, helps her out tremendously. She doesn't have the most bruiser in the world, but she has the Pierce Invincibility. Now, she doesn't have Invincibility herself, so it does hurt her quite a bit. Now, I don't think she's an S tier unit at all. I do think she needs to be duped out. I do believe, though, she does deserve to be an A tier, but I'm gonna put her... I want to put her right here. I want to say she's better than Byakuya, just because she has the Pierce, but her NAD just isn't there. Byakuya, yes, he doesn't Pierce, but he at least has the dodge, so he can dodge captains. Well, that's dodge Soul Reapers, which basically is the entire meta of, pretty much Brave Battles at the current moment. So I want to put her there. I want to say she's better than Byakuya, but I feel like you really need her duped out. Maybe even make a debate that she's better than Chad down here. Somewhere around there. I want to put her here, or I want to put her up here, just because having that Pierce Invincibility is really, really nice, especially versus someone like the likes of Tsukishima, the Yamamoto, Jugram, and them. And then the new Isshin, of course, because they are releasing more characters that does have the Pierce, that it has the invincibility. So I want to put it here for now. We'll put it there for now, and I'll update it next time. If we want to move her down, move her up, just because we need to see, are we fully getting more characters with invincibility? I'm putting her here now because I'm believing that's pretty much the meta, right? They're going to get the invincibility and they're going to pierce it pretty much. So we're going to put her there. Now, Isshin, next on the list. I think Isshin is the second best NAD unit in the game. I don't think he's the best PvP character in the game just because he's not a booster. Now, if he was a booster, like Yuha Baha, and he came with invincibility and pierced it, best Brave Battle character in the game. But I do think he is behind Yuha Baha just because Yuha Baha is basically mandatory for your team. Chad, in my opinion, does not replace Yuha Baha. Chad is just there for the boost. I'm gonna be honest. Because Chad runs into a brick wall into this Tsukishima. Isshin, though, doesn't really have any problems, right? Yuha Baha, same thing, doesn't have any problems. Since Yuha Baha pierces invincibility. Very, very good. That's very, very important when it comes to Brave Battles. Yes, you don't see many characters with invincibility still, but from the meta, what it looks like, we're going to go back to invincibility, and Chad not having that, it's going to hurt him a bit. But I do think Isshin is easily the second best Brave Battle unit in the game. This man is very, very insane. He's basically there to counter the SP meta that we are currently having at the current moment, just because, you know, since units don't have invincibility, SP units just run amok. And Isshin having the invincibility just nullifies SP range characters, not getting 1v3'd anymore, but like Aizen, Bruno, Daddy Ichigo, etc., etc. Again, his SA3 activation times are extremely fast as well. On top of that, again, to really counter the SP meta. So, therefore, moving forward, I don't want to move Aizen down just yet. I think Aizen's going to stay there perfectly fine, just because, like I did say, we got one character that has the invincibility again. Gotta wait till we see a couple more, and then the SP meta might change a bit, because obviously Aizen and all the rest of the SP units aren't really going to do much inside Brave Battles once everyone has the invincibility again. So, again, I think Isshin's phenomenal. I think he's perfect. Now, let's talk about Sajin. Now, I have a complaint about this Sajin. He feels extremely slow. Of course, we saw him Flurry 3, paralyzed on everything, Human Killer, what is it? Human no affiliation killer. He's basically there to counter Chad and Yuha Baha, but it does not feel like he counters them at all. I'm gonna be honest. He counters a Chad, maybe. I have him 5-5, of course, right? If you remember, around end of the year, we did get him 5-5. I do not like him. He's extremely slow. I'm going to be putting him behind the Kennys, because for some reason, I just do not like how he plays. His NAD activation time is very, very slow. It's understandable. He has Flurry 3, so I understand why they wanted to make his NAD string very, very slow, but he just doesn't feel as strong as, like, let's say, Isshin, in my opinion. For an end-of-year character that's Brave Battle-oriented, he didn't feel strong to me. For some reason, he just doesn't feel strong. I'm going to blame it on the NAD activation time because he's extremely slow. Let me know down below if you guys agree with me on that, because I see other people as well, my friends and guildmates as well, say the same thing about Sajin, where he feels very clunky. He doesn't feel as good as compared to the other Brave Battle characters. So I'm going to put him here for now. Of course, I've been using him over the last couple months. I just don't think he's better than Kiriyashiki or Kenny, especially Kenny, since Kenny has paralyzed immunity. Kenny's just going to murder the Sajin. Kiriyashiki, same thing. He's just going to destroy the Sajin. Yes, Sajin can maybe destroy Isshin, but I'm going to be honest. Isshin has a Soul Reaper killer. This Isshin's probably going to murder this Sajin. We'll see, right? I need to go fight against some Ishins with this Sajin. We'll find out about that. But I just think his NAD string's way too slow to really compete with the rest of the units, in my opinion. But other than that, though, thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a good day. Again, if you have any other questions, if you're curious about a certain unit that you don't see on the list, just leave a comment down below. I'll reply. Just give me some time. I do try to reply. I do read all the comments, of course. But other than that, though, thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.